probably lost a lot of water weight. Maybe I feel a lot leaner. There's been a couple of times I've gotten out of the shower and Callie's been over there, kind of turkey neck, trying to get a peek.
Good morning. We are on Carnivore day 49. Today is Sunday, so we've got a lot to do today.
Starting today.
Yep, our revival's starting today at church, and we're going to eat after church today. So I am prepping some sides now. And for Josh and I, thankfully, they're going to have some spreads of meat that won't have anything on it. So we'll let you have the meat, and I'm going to cook some eggs and take with us. So that's the plan. And then that's for lunch. For breakfast, though, I'm not real sure because I have 0 things thought out. May throw together those muffins because those are such a hit. Throw those together real quick and do some eggs this morning. I really need to get some steaks laid out. It's been a while since we've had steaks. We were on a steak kick. We had our personal freezer full of them, and we ate through those. So now I need to go see if we've got some more somewhere else. Morning with my coffee, I'm going to try just the vanilla collagen and see how it turns out. Maybe it'll do better than the sea salt. I keep calling it sea salt, but it's salted caramel. Maybe it'll be better than the salted caramel, and I can just use it instead of having to add the milk to the salted caramel, because I'm having to do that just to give it a better taste. So we're fixing to try that right now. The handle on it.
We gotta go blue.
Yep. Yeah. All right, Carnivore day 49. We officially made it to week 7.
Over the halfway point of the 90-day challenge. So how did this week go for you?
I think it went pretty good. I feel like it's gotten a lot easier this week. So last week I felt like there was a turning point, and then this week kind of just continued off of that. So kind of off of the out of the struggle part maybe, and just kind of enjoying the benefits of doing this way of eating now. So
that would be your positive.
No,
No.
I'll get into that in a little bit. But how was the week for you?
It's been a whirlwind of a week. I've been really busy. A lot of go, just like the week before. Had some tests of my willpower and fortitude today and yesterday, and I'll get into that in a little bit.
All right, so what's your positives and negatives for the week?
Positive, I would say the continuation of my energy level. I feel really great, maybe younger, want to go, a lot of energy. So still going with that.
Negative.
I don't really know one this week.
You don't have a negative this week?
I
Good.
can't think of a negative.
All right, so my positive this week, when we did this video last week, I had gained, I think around 3 to 4 pounds. So I was slowly gaining a pound a day, and we could not figure out what was going on. And as of this morning, I am 7 pounds lighter than I was this time last week. So if that kind of tells you what a whirlwind this has been for me, it has been crazy. So I guess the positive to that is having lost the weight, but we'll see how the next 45 days goes, because if you've been with us from the beginning, you know that I lost like 3 pounds, gained 5, like it was just all over the place. I don't know if those were the actual numbers. Lost down to even lower than what I am now, then put like 10 pounds on if you go all the way back up to what I was last week. And so now I'm officially about 7 pounds lighter than I was this time last week. So
That's a good positive.
that is a good positive. We'll see how it goes from here. I'm also feeling a lot better. Just kind of getting used to things, I guess. I don't want to say I'm like getting used to not having any energy, because I do feel like that's coming back, and just being mindful of making sure drinking a lot of water. I really concentrated on that this week, so that was a big change. But negative wise would be, so I added the protein powders, and that's kind of put like a big twist in things. I've been doing milk in my coffee, and I've been trying to get away from the milk, and so I started adding some element to my milk and my coffee, the little like chocolate flavored elements, and that was fantastic. And then I was like, then I hit that where I was like gaining weight every single day last week, and I was like, maybe it's time to just cut the milk. And so I ordered some pure protein, and it has not been the best in the world as far as taste for me goes. I got the salted caramel and the vanilla flavored collagen, and each one of those has been a lot to get used to. But it takes a lot for me to get used to something since I've started this way of eating. So my taste buds have changed a lot. So it may get there, but right now I'm just kind of trying to figure out what road to take as far as my coffee and stuff goes in the morning, trying to get rid of that milk. But so far, even with the protein powder, I've had to add a little bit of milk. So before I was doing about a cup of milk. Now I'm still doing milk, but I'm only doing about a quarter cup. And it just kind of blends everything together where I can drink it. So I don't know. I'm going to play around with it a little more. I think I've decided today that I am going to go ahead and order those elements, those chocolate flavored elements and stuff. And maybe see if I can go to just those in my coffee, and kind of play around with that side of things. Maybe those with a scoop of the protein powder, and then that would be enough to nix that milk. So kind of still playing around with the whole milk ordeal
Do
to
we
see.
still have some of those chocolate elements in the?
Yeah, we're completely out, so we got to order some. So kind of play around with that, but that's really my negative, is that I kind of threw another curveball into things, and trying to get things situated there, like mentally, with when I was having the weight gain like last week, and it was steadily at least a pound overnight every night, and sometimes 2 pounds a day, and it was just like, whoa, I don't understand what's going on. I have also been very mindful. I'm trying not to eat past 7 o'clock at night, and so hopefully that's helping, and kind of make myself do at least a 12-hour fast. Some mornings we wake up really early, and I really just need my coffee to get going, and so I'll kind of break that fast a little earlier than I'd like. But definitely more mindful this week of water, and not eating later, and so we'll see how that goes the rest of the time.
I need to backtrack to my negative. So with the weight topic, I weighed yesterday, and last week I said I was pretty much maintained around 151 and 154. I was at 146 yesterday, so it dropped. But this week I was really physically active, put in a culvert in the driveway, planted fruit trees, did bee stuff. So
What the crap?
I had to throw something there to be funny.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna back up. You may keep that or not?
Yeah, you can. Actually, it's the opposite, because your clothes are literally falling off of you, and you look like a baggy,
Thanks for destroying my confidence level.
baggy. Well, this is coming from somebody who's gained 2 pounds literally every night for the last week, but I have dropped down to 7. I'm 7 pounds lighter than I was last week. It's a roller coaster. So
I want to add this. For the past couple of days, I've been noticing like a light cramp in my calf muscle. And then last night we went to the rodeo, and while I was there, rode a mechanical bull. I don't know if that had something to do with it, or just the diet, the carnivore eating. But I've heard several people have cramps at night. So last night I woke up at 3 o'clock, just rose up out of bed. My calf muscle was just knotted up, and it was a lot of pain. I woke Kylie up. I don't know what caused that. Was it the riding the bull, way of eating, but I immediately started spraying the magnesium spray on it, and it's still kind of affecting me a little bit today. So I got that. Any suggestions on what you could do for leg cramps, calf muscle seizing up, anything like that? I know we use the magnesium spray with anything else.
Well, you're using electrolytes at least twice a day.
Yeah, especially
So
when we're real busy.
I would like to add that in there because people might be like, up your electrolyte game, and they still might. But you're using 2 packs of electrolytes a day. And that, as far as the magnesium spray goes, we were in the habit of spraying it somewhere every single night. So for me, it would be my stomach, just to try to help with digestive issues that I was facing early on with not being regular. And that was a whole situation when we started this. And then you were doing it on your feet or something, weren't you?
Yeah, feet.
So
help sleep.
but we haven't done it lately, so that could have been playing a major role in all of this. So,
and if you can't tell, we are a little bit tired. I can tell it by just looking at our faces. Last night we stayed up late. Rodeo time changed this morning. We slept in late. So we said earlier we have a lot of energy level, but it's not showing right now. We're tired.
all right. What about diet for the week, food wise?
Monday we had salmon and shrimp again, so that was really, really, really good.
That was Monday. Every time we go over this stuff, I can't believe we had that. Like that, I don't remember having salmon and shrimp less than 7 days ago. I mean, yeah, you're right, but it just seems like ages ago.
I think it's the day I burnt my face with the beef tallow.
Yeah,
splashed up.
So salmon is a huge hit with the boys, so that's been nice. It's a nice little change up from just throwing something different in there when you're kind of eating the same diet all the time. And then I did on one of our videos that shrimp is super easy, super convenient. It's like one of those almost convenience foods because it's so easy to, even if you pull it straight from the freezer, it's easy to thaw out and then it doesn't take long to cook.
And then Tuesday we did the ground beef and eggs. That's typical. Wednesday, this one was new. Did the Primal blend. You want to explain what that is?
Oh, our Primal blend is just a mixture of our ground beef with heart, liver, and kidney ground into it.
And so she cooked burger patties with it, and really good.
What did we do those on? Did we do them like on waffles or anything?
We ate them plain.
I think we just ate them plain.
Yeah.
I think that was in the morning.
Cheese, egg. I think. That day I got a note here. It was Wednesday. I was real busy with the boys. We did bead newt boxes, waxed them, and built some stuff. About midday, I started bogging down and it's getting real tired. And then I drank electrolyte, and about 30 minutes later, I was ready to go again.
The electrolytes is big help.
Yeah. Thursday, chicken and muffins, the carnivore muffins.
I did a whole chicken.
Did a whole chicken.
Okay.
Yeah. And we ate on that Friday as well for leftovers. All right, so yesterday was Saturday, and that's when I had my real test of willpower and fortitude. Went to the men's conference up in North Alabama and heard some preaching. And then after that, we had some good eating and Southern Baptist cooking all presented before me. Fried chicken, cakes and pies, all that. That was really hard. Pass over some of that, and I chose some pulled pork that's smoked. That's what I had, a big old helping of just pulled smoked pork with salt and pepper. And everybody was just looking at me as I was eating my big plate of meat. They had pies and all the other good fixings. And then today as well, started our revival at church. We had another eating, good old Southern Baptist cooking, and I had another plate of smoked pork. And you definitely tell the difference between the two in quality. Seasonings they had, the salt and pepper, the quality of the meat. My taste buds are, more, what's the word?
In tune.
In tune. One I liked, one I didn't. My stomach didn't like it back to back in 2 days in a row. I'm feeling it now.
The pork.
Yeah. Yesterday was fine. Today is either the pork I ate today or the combination of both. Uh, not really selling well to my stomach. So I want to lay low on pork for a couple of days.
Yesterday morning, the boys and we hit the road early yard selling, and so chomps is another thing that I personally added back in, because another thing I'm trying to do is cut cheeses, because that was kind of my easy go-to when I was hungry, just to have a snack. I just like go to the fridge and snip a piece off of the block and pop it in and go on my way. And so with the chomps, I feel like it's a whole lot better as far as the calories and stuff go. And the only downside to that is there's some spices in it, but it's fine. There's still no sugar. And so I just grabbed a handful of those for me and the boys to snack on. I had my protein coffee, and really didn't get hungry throughout the day. We got home that afternoon, and we warmed up some chicken for lunch and had that. And then that was Friday. No, that was Saturday. That was yesterday. And then last night we went to the rodeo, and immediately was hungry. They had all the food trucks and all the good smells coming everywhere. And
man, that was so really good.
You were able to get what?
I went around and asked everybody like where you're cooking, how you cook it, and we settled on one food truck, and we had a grilled hamburger and cheese, and then we did a smoked sausage.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think I didn't eat it.
You didn't eat the smoked
sausage? I did not eat the smoked sausage, because when I smelled it, it smelled like onions, so I knew they cooked it with onions, and I didn't want to get into all of that, even though I'm sure it's fine because there's like an onion powder in those chomps, but I just didn't want to. Plus it's pork, and so I limit on pork just because of how I feel like it's been affecting me on this way of eating, and so I just didn't try that. But you and Atticus, I think, tore it up.
Yeah, it's good. To add to what I ate today at the church revival meeting
on Saturday or today.
Today. I ate deviled eggs, but I had to take the devil out of the eggs. I had to scoop all that out because it's probably used for mayo. It's got soy, telling what else in it. So I scooped that out and just ate the egg white.
So a lot of social situations that we've been in through the start of our journey on carnivore, but specifically this week, and I feel like we've made it work. Even going into this revival, knowing that we were going to eat today after church, and then knowing that we're going to eat again at the end of the week, just preparing ourselves with like, how can we know we're going into this? How can we set ourselves up for success? And so I fried us some eggs this morning. Also made the carnivore muffins that you will see me making pretty much almost at least 2 to 3 times a week. They're my favorite.
So good.
I find myself craving them. It's one of those things that it's literally like a muffin, just the texture of it. They taste phenomenal, and so you kind of get that bread craving hit when you eat those. And so I had made those this morning, and we had them for breakfast with some eggs, and then I took some with us in just like a little Tupperware with the fried eggs, and then we ate the pork again, the pulled pork, and it was fine. It was great. We set ourselves up to succeed, and so we could plan ahead. And so this Wednesday will be the same. That later this week will be the same scenario. I'll just prepare.
It's getting catered by a local restaurant.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I'm gonna be calling that local restaurant for like, how you cook your chicken? How you cook that beef? It's tacos.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like
so if they brown it in vegetable or whatever, then we'll just bring our own stuff, which is fine. It's just preparing. And those are social situations that we feel comfortable. We're comfortable with our church family. We're comfortable around everybody there, that we can just bring our own stuff and it's fine. We still get to partake. We get to enjoy. There's no pressure, and it's fantastic. Now, when you see the slew of home-cooked goodness in front of you, that's a little hard, and all the desserts, but it's fine. At the end of the day, I would be more miserable partaking in it and gorging myself and the after effects of the sugar and stuff than I am right now not partaking in it. So, and when I watch people eat it, I'm just like, I know how that tastes. Like,
I can live vicariously through them while they're eating it. I know that it tastes fantastic and I can like literally taste it. And so it's almost like I'm eating it without all the benefits of eating it. So there's that. Um, so that is one of the takeaways, I guess, from this video is that um, when you get into, when you're, a lot of people are like, well, how do you do the social aspect of carnivore? I feel like it's easy. Even if you go out to restaurants, most restaurant is going to offer steak and eggs. And there's going to be, or steak, maybe not eggs, but most restaurants are going to offer steaks. And there's going to be instances where we were just talking about like how they cook it. Yeah, there might be instances where it's like, if either you don't feel comfortable asking how they cook it or whatever. I feel like every time we've gone out to eat, we've literally asked them, "How do you cook it? Can you do it this way?" And um, they're more than accommodating. Yeah, they'll go out of their way to do it. But if you don't feel like that, I feel like you still have to live your life, and you've got to do the best you can do. So, there's usually plenty of options on the menu somewhere if you are going out to eat. For us, these social events where it's more of a gathering and getting together, it's just preparing ahead of time and bringing what you can to set yourself up for success. So another thing I would highly recommend is the recipe for the carnivore muffins. And if you'd like that recipe, uh, ask us in the comments and we'll be glad to give it to you, because I don't have it right off. I'll have to go get it. But it's super easy. It's like panko, pork crumbs, and mozzarella cheese, eggs. The hardest part about it is coming up with the 3 eggs at a time, because our chickens have been slacking on laying.
It has increased on
It has increased. Yeah. But it's just they're just so good, and that texture is so good. And it's just a must for us lately. For me personally, just that craving.
Somebody asked for the recipe of the carnivore bars you made.
Okay.
You can find that and do them again.
Carnivore bars. Did I write it down?
The treat thing had the
yeah, a lot of stuff I don't write down, but I'll have to find it. I just do it. But
good.
I'll look it up.
If you've been following us for a while, you've probably seen a little change of pace this past week. We mentioned last week about how our lifestyle is farming, homesteading, raising animals, healthy, nutritious, food eating, that kind of thing. That's our lifestyle. And we're trying to figure out how to mesh the two because our farm is getting ramped up right now. So we started adding a little bit of farm clips into the videos, get that kind of aspect in it, kind of like a day in life kind of thing. You're seeing food that we're eating being raised by us. Kind of trying to mesh the two. If you like that, let us know. I think that's the path we're probably going to try to go. Got to mesh the two. And what I'm going to start doing, I did it on I think yesterday's video, the day before yesterday. I showed clips of what we did, but we'll put a link to the main video. I think it was the waxing the nuke boxes or fruit trees or something. If you want to see more of that, you can see the full video and go to that link. It's a different playlist on our channel, so you can see the full thing. I'm just showing a glimpse of our day in life, what we do. So I think that's the way we're going to try to direct that going forward.
And it probably will, and that it will be, because at the end of the day, our channel is Earnest Roots Farm. Yes. That's what we started at. That's who we are. And so this has been a fun little add-in to kind of say, hey, this is what we do. This is our lifestyle. We're raising them, and we've decided to give carnivore a shot for different reasons from, what is that word I'm looking for? Oh, for different reasons, from like inflammation to just trying to cut the sugar and live healthier, and being able to do it in a way of where, hey, we are literally taking these animals and we're raising them to what we believe the best standard, and then being able to turn around and feed our family, also other families as well, with that high quality food. That's been a really neat journey. And so as we get into our busy season, that is our life. And so throughout November through mid-February is our off season. We're still selling things. We're still doing the farm life. We still got animals to take care of, but that's what we call our down season as far as the load goes. Because if you follow us along with our journey, you're going to see that we usually stay wide open from March until October. And so you're going to see a lot of that kind of unfold through these videos.
You've heard the saying, "You are what you eat." We take it a step further and say, "You are what you eat." So we put a lot of time and effort in raising these animals a certain way, feeding them a certain diet, a natural diet, trying to raise them in a more natural environment. All that plays that into what is on your plate in the end, a healthy, nutritiously dense food. And that's what we do. And we spent all that time, blood, sweat, and tears doing that. And we love cooking it too. So it's a mesh.
Yeah, and we've always enjoyed cooking. Always, if you can go back and look at old videos and stuff, we I think the root of what we do is just being in the home and in the kitchen and just providing quality, nutrient dense food and home cooked food. Just getting that home cooked aspect of everything. So
I think I really started really enjoying cooking probably, I don't know what, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I used to not cook a lot. My dad's a mean cook at the grill. He would throw a lot of stuff on there, and it was really, really good barbecue. Me, I could throw some butt rub on it and some barbecue sauce, and that was about as far as I went with my culinary expertise. But since we started raising these animals a certain way, putting all this time and energy into it, I was like, I need to elevate this more on the plate versus just putting some butt rub and barbecue sauce. So I started experimenting more with cooking techniques, seasonings, and spices, and this just went from there.
and now we're using butter and salt.
Butter and salt.
So,
I gotta show you.
oh my gosh.
Oh, I gotta show this. All right. So when we go camping, I'm Camp Chef. Got all my gear and everything with it inside there. And then I was a spice guy. I got a toolbox here full of spices. I mean, everything you can think of. I can't touch it right now. Got sugars in it.
Oh yeah.
Everything's preservative free and all them bad additives and stuff.
But some do have sugar.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got this whole thing here. I ain't touch it. So, I don't know why I just wanted to say that.
Well, with time, especially the ones that don't have the sugar in them, we have got to start getting our mind turned now to what comes after the 90 days. So tomorrow's day 50. We'll have a little over a month left after that. We've got to start transitioning mentally to where we're going after that. You know, whether it's going to be a hardcore, like, let's just go straight into, like, we're going to completely change the way we eat, or it's just going to be a slow little transition where we kind of start, like, let's add this week and maybe see how that goes for a while. I kind of feel like that's what we're going to do.
I'm really liking the idea of the animal base where it's 80% animal meats and then 20% adding fruits and honeys and stuff. I'm really thinking we can really maintain this longer, this carnivore style.
By adding that. And we're especially getting into the growing season. It's March in Alabama. Pretty soon it's time to start deciding like what vegetables are going in the ground and things like that. Especially having some vegetables here and there straight out of our garden. I think that would be a really big benefit. So
my main concern is adding anything before I see the improvement of the inflammation issue in my body. If I haven't seen that after 90, I may extend it a little bit longer before start introducing things like raw milk and honey.
Yeah.
Herbs and spices.
Yeah. I agree. Everybody's like, when are you going to add honey? You know, honey's a natural sweetener, and it is. We have the bees. I mean, we do all that. I've just mentally right now, I'm just like, I don't, you know, I guess it's the sweetness of it, just adding that sweet back in. I'm not keen on wanting to like get my taste buds back to needing that sweetness. And that could also be the reason why I do not like that protein powder. I haven't had that sweet. And maybe that's what's throwing me for a loop. I don't know.
I know when we first started this, I was really craving. I mean, I said it on many videos. I was wanting our milk, our raw milk. We're on day 49. I hadn't had the raw milk since, and the honey. I was wanting those things, but now I don't really desire. I want to consume it eventually, but right now it's like I want to see how much healing my body can do from this. What's the next benefit?
I still think you should be adding milk back at least twice because
Twice.
you're losing weight. And
I gotta start back working out.
I mean,
Well,
I don't
that's
know.
just 2
Is
days.
that what made a cup a day? Is that what made me gain
weight?
2 pounds overnight? I don't think so. But I mean, dairy does make you gain. So
Yeah.
if you're not going to do the raw milk, you really need to up your cheese game because you're losing. You shouldn't be losing, and you're losing. So
I'm not losing muscle though. So I guess that's a positive. I needed to be more physically active and work out, maybe to gain more muscle.
maybe I don't know. I don't know. All right. So going into this week, we're just going to keep on keeping on. Hopefully, our energy levels stay up, and we can kind of. Hopefully, our energy levels stay up, and my weight stays down, and Josh's energy levels stay up, and his weight goes up because you do not need to be losing. And so, anyways, that's kind of the hopes for the week is that we kind of stay on. I'm going to order those chocolate flavored elements. They got different kind of chocolate flavors that it was so good in the coffee. And I'm going to play around with that this week. So stay tuned for that. For anybody else who's kind of on the coffee rocky journey, you can learn from me and my decisions and my mistakes. I know a lot of you have done the coffee and the butter, and that's been great for you. I like iced coffee. The butter was a mess when I added it to my coffee because it just clunked up, and I do not want to go to hot coffee. So for me, that wasn't a solution as much as I tried. So now I'm just trying to figure out other ways that I can tweak it and kind of just really get to a place where I feel secure in what I've decided. And if at the end of the day, I'm not dropping as fast as I'd like to be or whatever, that's fine. But it is what I consider my one treat. So I very much look forward to my coffee in the mornings, just that little treat. So we're trying to get it tweaked to where it needs to be. And I still feel good about what I'm drinking and what ingredients I'm adding and so on and so forth. That's why for me, you'll hear me say a million times, it's just raw milk. I know raw milk is full of so many different, sugars and carbs and fats and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's one ingredient and it's super beneficial.
Nature's superfood.
Yeah. So that's for me is a struggle saying like that's what's hurting me as far as losing weight. So, and I will say this, the 7 pounds, I did not start the protein powder until Friday. So we're talking, I've had it for 3 mornings. And I had already lost on Thursday, I had gained weight. And by Friday morning, I had lost like 4 pounds overnight. So, and that was my first day of the protein powder. So I will say that me cutting the milk, drastically like I have, that is not the reason that I have lost the 7 pounds. I just wanted to throw that in there. It was not like that fast. I didn't start the protein and start cutting the milk until Friday. So just putting that out there. And we'll just kind of see how it plays out the rest of the week.
All right. Anything else to be said?
Nope.
All right. So we're gonna wrap this up. If you're liking what you see, let us know. Give us that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button wherever you're following us at on YouTube or Facebook. See you on the next one.
Bye.